Good morning everyone, it's a midweek deadline and I feel like midweek games always go in the way that you'd least expect. So I'm not triggering the wildcard yet. I went to Brighton at the weekend. I'll put in some footage now because I was having a discussion with Az about whether or not to wildcard, decided against it. So here's my reasoning behind that. I'm currently in Brighton. I went to see Brighton play Forest last night, which was so much fun. Really pleased for Forest getting through to Wembley. Unfortunate for Az, it wasn't the best end to an evening for him. But I've completely neglected fantasy football for the last few weeks and I haven't even looked at my team. I don't know what my rank is. I just know that I've got a hefty red arrow. I don't know how many points I've got, so I'm going to check now, bite the bullet and then figure out how to get through game week 30. So let's see how my team got on. Okay, it's the moment of truth. I haven't seen my points from the last game week, so I've just avoided it. 43, right? Overall rank 899,000. We have fallen hard. Oh, I was doing so well and now, I don't want to say season over because that's very defeatist, but it's not looking good. So in terms of my players, Woods flagged, great. Palmer's still flagged, but he was back in training. Hello, Az Phillips.
Hello.
He was back in training, so that's not the worst thing in the world. 4 points for my captain. Not great. And let's look at how the team is lining up for the upcoming game week and what damage control I need to do. So Wood is out. I may bench him because I did want to upgrade. Oh, but Bournemouth have got Ipswich. Because I was thinking about upgrading Evan Nilsson to Mateta. However, I could do Wood to Mateta instead, then I can just play this starting 11, imagine with Mateta. And that's not a bad situation to be in. I'm just going up against wildcarders like Az. Vardyol's got Leicester at home, so that's given me some Man City coverage. It's not as bad as I expected. Video over. Cool. Thanks for watching. Let's get the retired expert in. Charles, could I have some assistance, please? What do you think about my team for this game week? I'm thinking of upgrading Wood to Mateta.
Pickford, awful.
Great, thank you.
Maybe Munoz will hurt you, hopefully, so I'm bringing him in. Pickford and Wood are obviously weak links, aren't they?
I don't like the negativity of Pickford there, and that is such a wild carder approach, because in what game week is someone like, oh no, your goalkeeper, that's a bad one. So I think that's just you being petty. I could take a hit for Munoz, but if I'm likely to wildcard in game week 31, it's probably not worth doing so. I thought this video was going to be so much more interesting. Rumour has it we are stuck on the Dartford crossing for
Again.
1 hour, 3 minutes. So what better time to discuss wildcard? Woo! Oh, we're on the move. Sorry, we had to move half a metre. Anyway, I'm not wildcarding, I'll be honest, because I haven't planned one, haven't thought about it. And as I said in my vlog, please put less effort in. That's my approach.
That's going to come along the bottom again.
However, Charles here activated the wildcard, now in a mild dilemma because the wildcard was mainly focused around Haaland, who scored a goal, came off for Marmoush, who then scored a goal. So thoughts, please, Phillips?
And I just feel like going without Haaland feels a bit stupid, but Marmoush is really good and I really like Marmoush.
I like saying Marmoush.
And I like saying Marmoush. I do with an extra 7 million.
What can't you do?
Well, it's probably the difference between like Murphy and Bowen or something like that.
I do like Murphy though as a punt.
Or like Murphy and Gordon. Like you'd probably rather have Gordon, right, if he's fit.
True.
Like, they're the kind of upgrades I could make. Eze over Sarr, Gordon over Murphy.
You already have Eze in your current draft though, don't you?
Yeah.
Spoiler.
I wanted to get some Bournemouth players in. They've got Ipswich next. I wanted to get some Palace. Didn't have any Palace.
Evan Nilsson scored, so that's looking good, and he came off early as well, which I'm pleased about. Look at us moving. We're going to come to a standstill in a second, but we did move slightly.
I think I'm probably going to stick to the plan and stick with Haaland.
Ooh, exciting. I'm going to go without because this whole season, shockingly, I haven't had a single return from Haaland because I brought him in at the wrong time. No.
It's like me and Wood.
Isn't that a sad stat?
Me and Wood, same thing.
But then maybe if he does well this week against Leicester, it could be the case that I actually do decide to bring him in. My eye is watering, so I'm going to finish this.
Don't cry.
But I hope you enjoyed that segment, and please think of us for the next 1 hour.
It's in 20 minutes.
Hooray!
We're moving.
Hooray!
The power of vlogs.
I'm back. You may think, Yelena, what update could you have when you have just crawled a couple of metres in
stuck
traffic?
again.
However, turns out Haaland went off early because he was injured. So what does this mean for the wild card, Az Phillips?
It means it's an easy choice of Marmoush now.
And upgrade your other players.
God, maybe that's a sign. A little bit annoying because I think that's going to force more people into a wildcard now. And I was,
If they have Haaland.
Yeah, and I was hoping
To be
A lot of
original.
people weren't going to do that and wait for 31, and I thought, go hard on Palace, go hard on Bournemouth, and try and steal a march.
Do you not think some people might just do Haaland to Marmoush?
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Let us know in the comments. What are your plans? Have they changed in the last 30 seconds since you watched my previous clip? Let me know. Now, in that clip, I said that I was going to bring in Mateta. I've decided against it. He's coming back from an injury, not feeling 100% confident, and I've already got Evan Nilsson in my team. So instead, well, I say that like it's connected. It's not. I've got Evan Nilsson who's going up against Ipswich, I think it is this game week. Yeah, Ipswich at home. So I feel like that's good coverage. And instead, I'm going to go for Marmoush. Now that Haaland's out, I think Marmoush is a really obvious pick to go for. So I'm bringing him in. And then this could come back to haunt me. I'm taking a -4 and it's for a defender. Ugh, I can already see it aging badly. I'm taking out Ait-Nouri. Now I've just given up with him the last couple of game weeks. Despite winning one game against Southampton, haven't had a single clean sheet. It's been very disappointing. So I want to rip him out of my team. And where I'm not going for Mateta, I do want to have that Palace coverage in there. And I think Munoz, I mean, what's he on at the moment? Because that man has just been on fire. And it's long overdue that I'm bringing him in, to be honest. 9 clean sheets, 3 goals and 5 assists. Lovely work. And I am going to be wildcarding next game week, so it is probably a bit of a knee-jerk reaction, but I need to get in. And I've seen people who've got, where they've wildcarded, they've got Munoz and they've got double Palace attack. So I need something Palace related to try and keep me up there. The other thing also is I've got Bowen in my team. It's obviously playing Wolves this game week. And I think Wolves are going to concede. So I'm going to back Bowen for this instead. Take out Ait-Nouri and then bring in Munoz. Now, in terms of captaincy, this is where I'm not 100% sure yet. Everything else is locked in. We'll put the team here. Giving Palmer another game week. That's another reason for keeping the wild card. Actually, I mean, I did talk about this when I was in Brighton, but I just think the team looks quite good this week. And Bumo can get a penalty at any point. Vardiol, Milenkovic, back those for clean sheets. Pickford not looking great. But the rest of it, and then Palmer, Spurs at home. Now, Palmer is long overdue, something. I'm not even going to say a haul, I'm just going to say a goal. Any kind of return would be lovely from him. And the Spurs fixture with Chelsea is always one that I get so nervous about, but also really excited because it's just chaos, it's carnage, and we've got a good record against Spurs. And I think if Palmer is going to have this comeback from goodness knows what's been happening, it's going to be the Spurs fixture. So we're keeping Palmer for one more week. The one thing I am a little bit hesitant about is if he does well this game week, I'll probably want to keep him on the wild card, but I also want to bring in Saka. Saka's coming back from injury. He is definitely going to score. It's just written in the stars, isn't it? But Chelsea next game week have got Brentford, which I'm not that fussed about. But game week 32, Ipswich at home. Would like a Chelsea attacker for that. Will it be Palmer? I'm not sure. We're going to have to cram quite a lot into this wild card, but that is a problem for next game week. So for now, we're looking all right. Captaincy, get back to that. Oh, I'm also benching Dango. Sorry, going off on the tangent. I'm benching Dango. I think there's quite a high chance he starts now with Clivert out. So, nerve-wracking. Hopefully, I don't have too many points on my bench for that one, but should be fine. I think Bowen is the way to go. It would be, I could have backed Dango, benched Bowen, then played Ait-Nouri, but I think I'm going to back Bowen for this one. Captaincy, we're getting there. So captaincy, I think I want to captain Marmoush. If I'd have had Haaland, I probably would have captained him. I had no plans to bring him in. Haven't brought him in, obviously, because he's injured. I've got Marmoush. Do I captain him? Not sure. Gonna wait until the last minute and see what the gut instinct says. And also, if it's just on my mind all day, I think I'll probably captain Marmoush instead. At the moment, it's on Salah, which they did well last time they came up against Everton. But Salah, I don't know. Nerve-wracking. Anyway, that's the team. Enjoy it. I will see you in a couple of hours. I am such an idiot. So here's a screenshot of the conversation with Az. Obviously today's April Fool's Day and I thought he was pranking me. I don't know why in my head I was just convinced that the deadline was 6:30. Obviously wasn't, 6:15. So that's annoying, but the team's locked in, we're fine, got the transfers done, the captaincy's on Salah, which isn't the worst. At least I didn't do something completely rogue and go for some random captain. Salah captaincy, probably the safer play anyway. I would have liked to have captained Marmoush, but in an ideal world, they'll just match each other. Obviously, if Salah could outscore Marmoush, that would be great. But I think Everton is going to be a bit of a trickier fixture. But then City have also got quite a few routes to goals. So maybe it won't be a massive Marmoush show. I'm not sure. But I've also just seen that Foden was benched, which is very unfortunate for Wildcard. Because I saw his ownership went up, which is interesting. I don't think I'm going to go there. I think I'm happy with just Marmoush. But yeah, so kicked off. Already messed up my captaincy, but it's fine. And we're locked in. At least I didn't have to make a decision. I was thinking about it all day. and obviously didn't change it. I feel like I feel like I should acknowledge the fact that I have taken, big spin, I have taken Chris Wood out of my team, and I think that's for good. So that's the end of a Chris Wood era. He made my season, favourite asset to own by far, and even just on an emotional, general football level, love him. I think my wild card is going to be the template front three, Mateta, Marmoush and Isak. I do still want a Forest player. I'm obviously going to keep Milenkovic, considering maybe doubling up on Milenkovic and Sells, but that might be a bit overkill, especially with the fixtures, and I should chase the doubles and blah, blah, blah. However, I might go for Elanga as a bit of a punt. I really, really want to bring in a player that is a bit more exciting and I'm not just focusing on the doubles, and he's looking good. So maybe Elanga is the way to go. I'm just getting ready to take the dog out and I've checked the lineups. There is nothing ominous, nothing bad that's happened, which is nice. Saka is not starting, but I think I said it earlier, he's going to come on and score for his return match. Of course, it is bound to happen. Awoniyi is starting instead of Chris Wood. Awoniyi is one, which feels like it should be a really simple swap. Similar to last week when we had Cunha and then to Strand Larsen, that made sense. I feel like that should be the case, but ever since Awoniyi took that penalty, which was just one of the worst penalties I've ever seen, went straight over the bar, I've really gone off him, which is unexpected because this time 2 seasons ago, he would have been in my team 110% in this scenario. But unfortunately, that is not the case now. So I think I'm quite happy with going for a midfielder instead. Even if I do go there, because there are a lot of good midfield options, but I do think I definitely want to have a Forest attacker. And they've got so much to play for. They're having such an amazing season, and I just don't see that dipping at all. So some Forest attack would be good. Sorry, I look like ET, but Forest have already scored a Elanga goal in like the first 5 minutes. So brilliant start for them. I cannot watch the games, so instead I'm going to bake some cookies and just keep you updated with the scores. What do we need tonight? We need a Wolves clean sheet. No, we don't. No, we don't. We do not. I don't have Aït-Nouri anymore. Who's playing? Ideally, so Arsenal playing. Ideally, we have an Arsenal clean sheet wipeout. That would be good because I don't have any assets and everyone seems to have gone with Raya and Gabriel on their wild cards, which, to be honest, is probably what I'll do as well. And then who else is playing? Of course, we've got Forest. Could do with a clean sheet there because we've got Milenkovic. Started him this game week. Wolves, West Ham. We need Wolves to lose their clean sheet and Bowen to be the one to destroy it. And then, yeah, Man U not to score. So 3 fixtures this evening. There's not too much that can damage me. I think the biggest threat probably is those Arsenal clean sheets. Otherwise, looking okay. You've got the Forest defensive coverage. That's all we can ask for. And no one's got Chris Wood because he's not playing. So we're good there. Forest is still good. They're 1-0 up. But Wolves have scored and it's Strand Larsen. That was the one to go for. How did I back Strand Larsen weeks ago and he did nothing, and now he has stood up and he has done what he needs to do? He's excelling with Cunha out, so hats off to him. 21 minutes, and then in the Arsenal game nothing has happened so far, still 0-0. Okay, Arsenal have scored a Moreno goal, so they're 1-0 up currently, and then the other matches are still 1-0. We need to get Bowen to do something because it's not looking good so far. I've mentioned this before, but just as an aside, because I'm putting it into my cookies, this hazelnut creme is the most delicious thing you will eat. If you like Kinder Buenos, you will love this. I've actually already, that's just me with a spoon, enjoying it. But I thought I'll try and put it in cookies and see how it is. Hazelnut creme and white chocolate chip, if you were curious. I used to be really good at making cookies. No one cares about this, but I'll tell you anyway. Used to nail the recipe, then I haven't made them for years and forgotten the recipe, and now I'm going through a real trial and error phase, so it'll be good if they taste nice with this stuff. A lot of time has passed, the cookies haven't gone according to plan, so I'm on round 2. But, surprise, surprise, 73 minutes, Saka has scored. I'm not going to be annoyed about that because I wasn't planning to bring him in this week. There was a potential that I'd do Palmer to Saka, but very, very, very low percentage chance. I can't speak. I wasn't going to do it. And we knew he was going to score. But well done to Saka because he's returned. But the rest of the games are still 1-0. And I tell you, if Aït-Nouri gets a clean sheet, injustice, I will be so... It's always the way. And to take a -4. I think, to be honest, actually, saying that, I'm being dramatic. If Aït-Nouri gets a clean sheet, I think that's okay because I wouldn't be surprised if Munoz got an attacking return and a clean sheet. Might be too much to ask. I mean, this is why you don't take it for -4 for a defender, isn't it? But there is still time for Wolves to concede and Bowen to be the one to score. Look at this. That is perfection as a cookie. Unfortunately, that is also from the shop. These are delicious. The ones that I made accidentally ended up like cake, which is great. Anyway, in even worse news than the fact that I've lost the ability to cook a chocolate chip cookie, I will make them again. I'm going to try again this weekend, so stay tuned for that vlog at the weekend. Wolves kept a clean sheet. Those results that just take out any joy. Imagine, there's still time. I'm not going to dwell because there's still time. I don't know what the Palace result's going to be. Hopefully it's better. And we get something more than, I think also Aitnori's on a bonus point, which makes it even more painful. Anyway, the rest of them are fine. Milenkovic kept his clean sheet. Hooray, that's really good. Glad for Forest. Very pleased. They're having a great week, aren't they? And that's it. That's all my updates. Oh, that is all my updates. Arsenal are on 2-0, so that's great. Everyone with all of those clean sheets. Fun. Bye. Sometimes, I know what you're thinking, sometimes Jelena, get a grip, because actually what happened, and I'm sorry if you own Arsenal defenders, but they lost their clean sheet in the 94th minute thanks to Muniz. So, dodged to put it there. That eases the pain of transferring out Aitnori, because if everyone had got, like, say, 12 points from Raya and Gabrielle, that would have really hurt. But actually, we're all in the same boat, essentially, and I got the Milenkovic clean sheet. Woohoo! That's good. I feel embarrassed now. Sometimes I film bits in these vlogs and I think, just cut that out or edit it. But then I'd have no footage, or then I'd have to pretend. So we're here. We're ungrateful to grateful. Hooray! And that's all I have to say. See you tomorrow. Good evening. So I was meant to have a fun-filled evening doing my first watch-along on Elite FPL, and it was with the best people in the community. FPL Yellow Army, Have a Beard, Nightmare. I was so looking forward to it because that is just the best group to be with. But unfortunately, my laptop has played up again, which is really, really annoying. So I've got a trip to go and try and get that fixed for the 17,000th time. I can't even speak. I'm so angry. But anyway, my plan is I'll probably miss all the matches, which again, not great. After we've had a good start to the game week as well, it'd be nice if that carries on and I could enjoy it, but hey hum, we can't. So stop dwelling, get over it. Right, I'm gonna go. When you next see me, I will probably be reacting to the results. I'm back. So I'm going to go look at Flash Score and then I'll see what that means for my team. First up, Bournemouth Ipswich 2-1, which I'm very, very surprised about. I thought that could have clean sheet potential. Evan Nielsen, goal, 67 minutes. Lovely. Okay, we're off to a good start. Now, what have we got next? Brighton Villa. I don't really care about that. May as well have a look. Rashford goal, Asensio goal, Marlon goal. Cool. Might go for Rashford. That would be a fun pick, wouldn't it? Man City 2-0. Come on, Marmoush. Yay! Marmoush, 29th minute. That is solid. And then a Grealish goal as well. Newcastle Brentford. Oh, if I can have an Isak goal and an Mbeumo goal, that will be the best outcome. 2-1. Isak, 47th minute, Murphy assist. Mbeumo penalty. What a guy. The amount of times this season I have been on the incorrect receiving end where I haven't had Mbeumo in my team and he's managed to get a penalty, and that happened to me last season, so that is lovely. 66th minute, and then another goal to Tonali. Okay, Isak came off at 66 minutes, which is slightly concerning. We'll look into that. What have we got next? Southampton Palace 1-1. I'm really surprised by that. So that means the Munoz clean sheet's gone, which is typical, and obviously Wolves kept the clean sheet. That's annoying. I was definitely expecting 3-0 Palace, so we've got, who scored? Oh my goodness, so Mateta came off at 59 minutes, obviously working on the fitness. Good job I didn't go for him there. Evan Nielsen, oh thank goodness I didn't upgrade Evan Nielsen to Mateta, I would have been so annoyed. But that's very, very, very surprising Palace result, and when everyone's tripled up on Palace. I say everyone, a lot of wildcarders. Okay, I'm feeling good about that one. Munoz clean sheet, we're going to let that go. Oh God, it was a -4 as well. So that'll be, what did Aitnori get? Maybe 7 points? Oh, we'll have a look in a minute. And then Liverpool-Everton 1-0. Just a goal. That's a shame. That is a shame. So I've had another captaincy blank. Nothing from Salah. And Marmoush got the goal. Okay, that's fine. Let's not be too upset by that. What does it mean for my team? Okay, that is a good result for the team. Also, forgot that Havardio got the clean sheet there. Hooray! Okay, I'm really happy with that outcome. Munoz is annoying, very, very annoying, because he's only come away with... Munoz got 2 points, and 8 Nori is on... 8 points. Oof. That's a hefty swing with a -4. But it's fine. We've still got Palmer to go tomorrow. I'm happy with my score, and especially the way that the wild card has gone this week, the template that I've seen, I think I was better off not wildcarding this game week, so that's worked out in my favour. Munoz, oh, that's going to haunt me. That should teach me. There was no need, there was nothing wrong with it. I should have just stuck with 8 Nori. I'll just be a little bit annoyed and then be over it tomorrow. Guys, forgive me, I just didn't vlog any of that game because I wanted to enjoy it, I wanted to watch it. Was expecting a bit more carnage. Definitely thought that Spurs were going to go down to 10 men. That didn't happen. But Chelsea won 1-0. Oh, that is... I think that 2.5 week break or whatever it was has done the team some good because we actually... I was feeling confident watching us. So that's a good sign. Does make me a bit hesitant. I think after... Obviously, I got the assist from Palmer. Pleased about that. But it's made me... slightly hesitant about taking him out. I'm not sure. There is a chance that I keep Palmer on the wild card, but with Saka back, with Salah, I mean, I could transfer out Salah, but that's probably a bit too crazy. I did look at that up today, but I would really want Salah for West Ham and for Leicester. And then after that, I'm not sure. Maybe transfer him out if I'm probably more in desperate times because my ranks, I've got nothing to protect, have I? But I would like him for that fixture. So it feels a bit too knee-jerk and trying to do something different for no reason. But with Palmer, they've got Brentford away coming up, that Ipswich fixture at home. But then that could also be Jackson. Jackson obviously returned this evening. Well, not returned to the squad. Didn't get any attacking returns, but that could come. Although, to be fair, I think the last time we played Ipswich, we actually lost, which was unexpected. Yeah, game week 19, we lost 2-0 to Ipswich. Although that was an away fixture and we're looking good again. Oh, I'm excited. Anyway, 1-0 win. Woo! Palmer assist. He got a yellow card, so I don't know if he's in the bonus points. He is in the bonus points despite getting a yellow card, so that's good. That was a nice outcome. I think I got 5 points from him, plus the bonus will be 6 points. But I took the -4, so I should be finishing on about 60 points. I'll take that. That's not bad. Let me check my live rank. I hate doing this so much. I try to avoid it at the best of times, but may as well do it seeing as you're here. Oh, my rank is so bad. 778,000. Oh, I hate this game. My old rank was 899,000, so at least I'm going in the right direction. But, I mean, it's not nice, is it? But let's think. I've still got the triple captain to use. If that goes well, that could be a game changer. I've still got my wild card, which I need to make sensible decisions. And have I got anything else? Bench boost. There's a lot that could change, but it's probably all relying on this wild card and me getting it right. And I don't know if I will, because every time, this was another thing that put me off wild carding, every time I wild card, my previous team does better, although I'll be doing it in a blank. So that should, oh God, if my blank team does better than my wild card team, just steal my password and close my account. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. See you next video and best of luck this game week. Bye guys.